What's happened? We're live?
We're live, yep.
Okay.
Right.
Right, it's fine. That's on.
Okay,
we're on.
go,
All
yep.
right, give us this. Okay, you ready to go?
Got it, yep, let's go.
I'm gonna sign. Okay, guys, here we are.
Hectic already today.
All right, guys, we're here now. Another live stream outside of another slaughterhouse. We're back here to expose the evil as to what happens to these animals. We're about 150 meters away. I can smell it already.
Stinks.
As you're coming in this chat, guys, put 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to the conversation around veganism, and 3 in the chat if you don't care about animals. Our disclaimer today that we're here today not to cause alarm, harassment or distress, but we're here, or any form of intimidation. We're here today under our lawful right to peaceful protest. Oh my God, our freedom of speech. We're not here to clash with any non-vegans or point fingers. We're here to educate and to show you what the industry won't tell you. 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to the conversations, and 3 in the chat if you don't care about animals. We're about 40 meters away now. The smell is really, really intense. Apologies for the start. It's raining here. We had one of our ND filters stick to the umbrella. It's been a bit hectic because the truck came past and we couldn't get our equipment ready to go in time. So unfortunately we've missed the first truck already, but stay on this live stream.
We'll try and catch the unloading here.
More and more animals are coming. Yeah, we're going to catch the unloading. We're going to see if we caught them by surprise again. We'll see if the camera's facing us or not. That will determine whether they knew we were coming or the element of surprise.
Please let us know if you're in the room, if our audio is okay and visuals okay. Yeah, they know we're here.
Camera's facing that driver. The driver must have told them, he must have let them know. Guys, 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're not vegan. Oh my gosh, there's loads of loads of trucks in here.
Oh my
2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to these conversations. 3 in the chat if you don't care about animals. Oh, this has been a hectic start to this live stream. Okay, we're here, we're settled. Guys, we're here today in collaboration with Animal Aid. Animal Aid have got a link in the description. If you go to the 3 dots in the top right-hand corner, click on the Animal Aid description and it will take you to Animal Aid's investigation pages. Animal Aid investigate all sorts of slaughterhouses and other industries that exploit animals all over the UK. In fact, Animal Aid have written a report at the very slaughterhouse that we're at here today. This is ABP Guildford. And go and look at Animal Aid's website and go and read that report to see the findings for yourself. Guys, 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to this conversation, and 3 in the chat if you don't care about animals. We've turned up here today. We have got two huge factory farm trucks in there today. One thing you're going to see today is factory farm trucks and small holding trucks turning up to the same slaughterhouse. The animals are killed with the same knife by the same person. We're not here for animal welfare. We're not here for sharper knives, for bigger cages or greener grass. We're here for animal rights. 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're not vegan, be open-minded to these conversations, and 3 in the chat if you don't care about animals. Chat 1, 2 and 3. Double tap the stream. Please get the likes on the stream. There's more likes to come in the room. More people come in, the more people are going to see the animals.
Amazing. We've got some amazing actors in the room. We've got Cal and Georgie in the room, Stacey, Alex, Edward, Stacey, Sue, bless, sorry if I haven't said that right, Youngblood, and Owen. Thank you so much for being in the room. Keep double tapping the screen,
Thank you all for being here. Yeah, please double tap the stream. When we came around the corner, there was roadworks up at the top there. We couldn't come our usual way in. We had to take a diversion, and just because of that diversion, a truck came past us. We scrambled to get our equipment ready. One of the MD filters got stuck on the umbrella. But listen, we're here. We're here to defend the animals. 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to these conversations, 3 in the chat if you don't care about animals. Double tap the stream, like, share and subscribe. This particular slaughterhouse here are killing cows, dairy cows and beef cows. Now I say dairy cows and beef cows because that's what you'll know them as, because that's what the industry have marketed them as. They're actually just cows. But the reason why they're called dairy cows or beef cows is 1 is specifically bred and exploited for her breast milk, and 1 is specifically bred and exploited for their bodies. We're here today in collaboration with Animal Aid. Go to the 3 dots in the top right-hand corner of this live stream. Go into the description. Please click the investigation link from Animal Aid. Go and see their investigations that they've done. And on Animal Aid's website, there is a report from the FSA at the very slaughterhouse that we are live streaming outside of right now.
Yeah, Steve, with people just coming into the room, tell them what's happening behind you. What are these trucks?
Excuse me, guys.
There's no security on the gate yet. No security. They've got the camera up here.
The smell here is absolutely horrific, guys, because I'm live outside of a slaughterhouse here in the UK where animals are being killed behind this gate behind me right now. You see 2 trucks behind me. Them trucks would have come in here today with animals on them. destined for the slaughterhouse, destined to die for optional products and profit margins. We're here today not to clash with the public. We're here not to point fingers. We're here not to judge you. We're here not to call you names. We're here not to fight with you. We're here today to educate you. We're here today to show you the realities that the industry pay millions and millions and millions of pounds to hide. The industry do not want the members of the public knowing the truth, because when good people find out the truth, they go vegan. Talking to good people going vegan. Put a 1 in the chat if you've already become a vegan and you no longer are responsible for animal exploitation. Put a 2 in the chat if you're a kind person, you have empathy in your heart and you're curious as to why we're here today outside of this slaughterhouse. I put a 3 in the chat if you don't care about animals. I'm struggling to actually breathe and speak. I come here all the time, but today this is a particularly smelly day. It smells so bad.
Yep.
Now you've got to remember, we've got blunt human noses. The cows turning up here today, they can smell miles away. As they come in here, they know it's a place of fear and death. 1 in the chat for vegan, 2 in the chat for not vegan but a kind person open to the message, and 3 in the chat if you don't care about animals. Make sure you've double tapped the stream, because double tapping the stream will bring more likes, which gets more people, gets the algorithm pushing it further, so that when the animals are turning up, you can see them. This is exactly what our objective here today is to show you the reality and the truth. See the animals. When you go to the supermarket and you buy milk, cheese, when you buy chocolate bars, when you buy body parts, you see a disconnected packet. You don't see the individual that screamed and begged and bellowed for mercy inside of a kill floor, inside of a slaughterhouse, where we are live right now outside the front of this particular slaughterhouse. Here, ABP has got a report written on them from Animal Aid. Okay,
now.
guys.
Right.
Okay, let's
Right.
try and remain a little bit silent to try not to give our position away with the slaughterhouse.
Oh God. Okay, guys. Animals coming in now. Please screen record. These dear animals.
Dear angels, dear angels. I'm so sorry, babies. We're here. We're not going to let them know. You shouldn't be beeping this horn. That's causing extra alarm and distress to the animals. I'm so sorry, angels. On this truck, there are dear innocent animals who committed no crime, who will be executed today for optional products. What our species has done to them, we should be so ashamed. I can hear the distress inside this truck. They can smell the smells that I can smell. They know where they are is not a good place. I'm so sorry. If you can hear me, I'm ashamed of my species. But we will not let the world forget what happened to you here today.
Steve left.
We will not let the world forget. I promise you, with every breath in my lungs, with every bit of energy I have in my body, I will fight forever for you. I can't stop what's going to happen to you.
Steve, go to the front. I can hear
I'm
noise
so
at the
sorry.
front.
I'm so sorry,
baby.
angels. We're not like the people inside this building.
Sorry.
We're not like them. We're not like them.
So sorry.
Fucking heartbreaking, man. Heartbreaking. I can hear how distressed they are in there. 1 in the chat if you're vegan. 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to this conversation. 3 in the chat if you don't care about animals.
Show everyone.
That truck right now had animals on there going to a slaughterhouse to be executed and killed for optional products. The animals in there have the ability to suffer and feel pain. The animals in there have families, they have friends, they have friendship groups. They're very sensitive, gentle animals. They don't want to be suffering. They don't want to be exploited or commodified. They want to live just like you do, yet their life will be taken for an optional product.
Security
1 in the chat if you're
now.
vegan. 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to this conversation. And 3 if you don't care about animals. I'm just going to have a look at this screen.
Yeah,
I'm just going to
guys,
see
look,
what I captured.
Security's there now. 3 trucks are inside this evil place of hell. This is
Oh,
a
my
slaughterhouse
God.
where they're going to be stabbed in the throat. Every single animal that enters a place like this gets stabbed in the throat, hung upside down, have their necks sliced open, and 20% of cows go to
Oh, my
slaughter
gosh,
pregnant.
these dear
Let's show
animals,
you
these dear animals.
these animals here.
Look.
Just show the screen.
Here they are. Here are the animals that are on that truck. These animals are beef cows. These cows are exploited for their body parts.
Come this side, come this side. Everyone needs to see.
These animals are beef cows. They're called beef cows because they're exploited for their flesh, their body parts to be chopped up and made into burgers and steaks. These animals do not want to die. They're having a subjective experience of their own life. They feel fear. They have the ability to suffer. They're gentle. They're very, very gentle animals. They are no different to our companion animals, to cats and dogs, to animals that we're conditioned to give Christian names and love. These animals want exactly the same. They want freedom. They want the ability to survive. They just want to be loved and left alone. Yet the industry that they're born into commodifies them, exploits every single ounce from them. We take everything from these animals. We take their soul, we take their spirit, we break them, we give them numbers. 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to this conversation, 3 in the chat if you don't care about animals. What you're seeing right now is animals who have just gone inside of a slaughterhouse here at ABP. These animals will be executed today for optional products. These products are not necessary. You don't need to do it. People are just indoctrinated and conditioned. The industry will never show the consumer the truth, therefore the consumer can never make an educated decision on whether to pick up that body part or that breast milk from the supermarket or whether to leave these animals alone. I'm going to swap over with Mel now. Here you go. Let's get that on a tripod. Well done.
Yeah. So guys, you've just seen them taking beautiful animals inside this evil place of hell. Behind here they kill animals. How disgusting is that? How evil is that? We have to do something about it. Number 1 in the chat if you're vegan. 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet. And 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap this live stream and subscribe. Go and watch Dominion on YouTube and see what happens inside these places of hell. They are places of hell. Each one of those animals are like a child. They're like a childlike being. They're innocent. All they've done is they've been born into a different body. Number 1 in the chat if you're vegan. 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet. 3 in the chat if you are anti-vegan. Double tap this live stream and subscribe. This breaks my heart and it should break your heart too. Anyone with an ounce of compassion, anyone with a brain cell, anyone with empathy, this would rip your heart apart if you saw this for yourself. In fact, we just told one of the workers down the road who was doing road works, he was shocked that this happens. He didn't know all the dairy cows in the dairy industry gets taken to a slaughterhouse. He didn't know the forceful impregnation that happens on these poor cows. He didn't know that every single baby cow in the dairy industry is also killed. If they're born a male, they're classed as a waste product, they're taken to a slaughterhouse. The females are separated from their mothers, then used and exploited just like how their mum was. Number 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet, 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap this live stream and please subscribe.
We got lots of number 2s in here,
Amazing.
but people are saying that cows aren't killed for dairy.
Not every single cow in the dairy industry is murdered. In my opinion, it's premeditated murder. The farmer knows he's forcing these animals into existence. He takes her baby away from her because the only reason cows produce milk is for their baby. If you are buying the breast milk intended for a baby cow, then when you purchase that breast milk, a baby is not drinking that breast milk intended for her. Number 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet, 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap this live stream, subscribe. By liking this live stream helps get this live stream out to more people to see the reality of what happens to the animals at a slaughterhouse. I'm at a slaughterhouse right now. You've just witnessed a truck go in here with poor cows. We missed the first truck sadly, but guys, this is your opportunity today to see the reality and change for yourself. Was there a question? Was there a question?
No.
Okay, I thought you put your hand up. So behind me, we've got security, we've got a few people on the gate here. This gate is actually meant to be on an automated system. When we arrive, they take it off the automated system and they put it on manual. That's because when it's on the automated system, we'll get a few minutes with the animals. Like you saw a moment ago, we had a few minutes with the animals. But when they take it off and they do it manually, they can run it faster. Number 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet, and 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap this live stream and subscribe. Did you know in the egg industry, every male chick is blended up alive or gassed alive in the egg industry because they're classed as a waste product. They do not produce eggs, so therefore the farmer cannot make money off those poor individuals, so they sentence them to death. They discard them like rubbish.
People are saying rage bait, rage bait.
Absolutely not. We're not here to hate on you. We're very passionate. I'm outside a slaughterhouse. My heart is breaking. So I speak with passion and rage because that's how we should speak for the animals. I'm not here to hate on anybody in the live stream. Nobody. Everyone in the live stream deserves an opportunity to know the truth. Number 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet, and 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap this live and subscribe. It absolutely stinks here, doesn't it? It's heartbreaking knowing these poor animals. These poor childlike animals are behind these gates, waiting in a truck to be stabbed in the throat.
Who are we here with today?
We're here in collaboration with Animal Aid today. Go to the link in our description. You can see the investigations that they have done. There's also been an FSA report that they've done this facility where they had major breaches. Number 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you are open-minded but not vegan yet, and 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap this live stream and please subscribe. The animals need every one of us to fight. If you're vegan and you're not active yet, please message us. Get involved with Project Livestream. Go to slaughterhouses and live stream yourself. If you're not vegan, go to a slaughterhouse and witness the animals for yourself. Number 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet, and 3 in the chat if you are anti-vegan. Double tap the live stream and subscribe. This is not your fault that you don't know the industry. The industry have made it deceitful to you. They've made propaganda and lies, and they spend billions of pounds on the radio ads, bus stop ads, nursery rhymes, storybooks. Everywhere you look, it's being forced down your throat. Animal agriculture. We love our animals. Free range, organic, artists. It's all the same. They all go to a slaughterhouse to be stabbed in the throat. Number 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet, and 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap the live stream and subscribe. Good people don't know that this place exists because they never think about it. They are told the lies that these places put upon you. As a child, as someone of an innocent mind, you would not even believe that you're allowed to lie in adverts. My hood won't stay up, Steve.
Oh,
I keep putting it
sorry
up.
about that mic. I don't know if it will, yeah, that's better, that's better.
Yeah, my hood, it doesn't stay up.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep the mic.
Yeah, that's better.
Tell me if it goes down so it keeps
What are them trucks behind you? Who came in on them trucks?
I'm at a slaughterhouse right now, on the trucks behind me. You'll see on the blue truck to my right is being washed down. Either cows from the dairy industry or the beef industry came on that truck. The second truck I saw was a grey truck that we had to try and chase down the road and try and film, but sadly we missed it. Then there's this blue truck here that's backing up now that we managed to capture the deer animals. Their deer faces, sweet little faces. Those cows will be around 18 months old. All the animals you consume are babies. Number 1 in the chat if you're vegan. Number 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet. And number 3 if you're anti-vegan. Double tap the live stream and subscribe. Go and watch Dominion on YouTube to see what happens in these places. It's not your fault that you don't know. But if you think that you haven't been brainwashed and you have cow's milk in your fridge, you've got to question, why the hell has a human got cow's milk in their fridge when they're not a baby cow? Cow's milk is only for baby cows, like human breast milk is only for human babies. Dog breast milk is only for puppies. Same with cat, is only for kittens. Behind me here, you can now see them backing up this truck with those poor animals in that we showed you, that we caught on the camera. Those sweet deer animals would be around 18 months old. 18 months. Let's go on this side so we can see. Just mind your back. Okay, they're opening the gates here, look. Look, this is inside an evil slaughterhouse. Look at this. Look at this. Horrible. Horrible. Now these trucks would likely come out with the body parts in. If a truck that goes in here doesn't have animals on, live animals on, then you bet any truck going in will come out with body parts of those deer animals. These animals don't want to die. They've done nothing wrong. It absolutely stinks in that place. How can anyone work here? How could anyone make blood money? It's blood money. This is the modern day slavery, in my opinion. In my opinion, this is the biggest slavery, the biggest war that is waged upon the animals. Another truck's coming in here, pallet truck. Loads of trucks in here today. So evil. Guys, I'm at a slaughterhouse right now. If you just joined the live stream, thank you for joining the live stream. I'm at a slaughterhouse where they kill cows from the dairy and the beef industry. Number 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet, and 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap the live stream. Please subscribe. There's so much happening.
What are they saying?
Here.
What's on them trucks?
On these trucks in here, you see the ones with the gaps, the holes in, they've got animals on. They've got animals from either the dairy industry or the beef industry or both together. Dairy cows all go to a slaughterhouse. Their babies all go to a slaughterhouse. In fact, we witnessed babies going inside these evil industries. I'm just going to switch back over with Steve.
Yeah, well done, well done. Okay, guys. Right, for those of you who missed our disclaimer at the beginning, I just want to reiterate that we're not here to clash. We're not vegans. We're not here to point fingers or to name shame or to say that we're a better person because we're vegan and you're not. We're here today to come alongside you and turn your head against the industry. This industry is the industry that's lied to you. Did you know that 6-month-old piglets go to gas chambers? Did you know that dairy cows go inside the slaughterhouse pregnant? Did you know that cows only produce milk because they're mums? Did you know that egg-laying hens get sent to gas chambers at 18 months? Did you know that 42-day-old chicks go to gas chambers for your chicken sandwiches? 1 in the chat if you're vegan. 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to this conversation. 3 in the chat if you don't care about animals. Double tap the stream. Please like, share and subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell notification. We go to slaughterhouses every single week to bring you, the consumer, the truth, because the industry will never be transparent. If an industry was transparent and they told you the facts I just told you, would you still go to the supermarket and buy pig flesh? Would you still go to the supermarket and buy cheese made from her breast milk that made sure that her babies were killed, her babies were kidnapped, she was executed? Would you still support that industry knowing how evil it was? I don't think good people will, and this is why we stand a chance. This evil will only prevail as long as good people stand by. If you're a good person, do not stand by. Do not wait for the majority of people to do the right thing before you do the right thing. Today is a day for you to do the right thing, and the right thing is going one. One for vegans, one if you've already removed your personal accountability for this exploitation to these dear animals. 2, if you're a good person with a compassionate heart and you do care and you're open to what we're doing here today and you're listening to our message. 3 in the chat if you don't care about animals. Double tap the live stream. Please like, share, subscribe. Let us know where you're from. Make sure that you have likes, because the more likes that come in the room, when the animal trucks turn up, we can show you the animals and you can see the victims for yourself. You'll be able to see through the gap behind me. That gap behind me will take you through to the layerage. You just see through this gap here, you see a blue truck. Now that blue truck there would have had animals on there. There's also a truck to the side of that truck. They've rushed the trucks in today. Usually, like, if this was a truck full of animals, they would have rushed this truck in. 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to this conversation, 3 in the chat if you don't care about animals. If this truck had animals on it, there is no way that they would allow it to wait for this long with us to have the opportunity to film them. Now think about what we're filming. We are purely filming the animals' eyes before they go in. We're showing you the victims. 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to this conversation, 3 in the chat if you don't care about animals. Double tap the stream, like, share and subscribe. All we're doing is showing you the victims. Why does the industry not want good people who aren't vegan to see the eyes and the ears of their victims? Because when good people see that kind of imagery, they go vegan. Simple as that, and then they lose money.
Thank you, Cal and Georgie, for your kind super thanks. They put live vegan, there is no other way.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for your kind super thanks. Guys, there is no other way. Vegan is the absolute least we can do for the animals. The only thing that we need from animals is forgiveness, and even then, it's not enough. Look at the panic here.
There's not enough room here. Look, they've had to come out.
Because they've rushed the trucks in. They've rushed the trucks in because they don't want activists showing the consumer the animals' faces. Because if you see the face of your victim, it's different than seeing the packaged products. If you see the face of the victim, it's different than seeing the breast milk, the cheese block, the yogurt, the chocolate bar made from her breast milk. If you see the victim, it's different than seeing the carton of eggs. It's different than seeing the product on the shelf. But we're here today to show you that the product on the shelf is literally 1 inch removed from this. This is a slaughterhouse right now. You can see right now that red truck, that blue truck had animals on it. Them animals who came in here did not want to die. No. They had the ability to suffer and feel pain just like you do, just like your companion animals do. 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to this conversation, 3 in the chat if you don't care about animals. Just look at the absolute carnage. Look at this, the hypocrisy. If we was to stop the trucks to show you the animals, we'd be arrested for disrupting the traffic. Look at the carnage caused by this company because they don't want the animals seen. They're trying so hard. Well, this guy's got an appropriate name tag. Absolutely shameful. Absolutely shameful. This truck to me signifies the loss of life. To me, this is no different than an empty slave carriage that took their victims in to die. You can see now just down the side, look to the left of that blue truck, you can just see a quick glimpse inside the layerage. You can see just through there. Let me see if I can get Maybe there's still animals on that truck. Look. Maybe they're still in there. You can see in, you see where them lights are? This is a layerage. This is the holding area for them animals before they get taken through onto the kill floor to die. Stop beeping your horn around the animals. Stop beeping your horn around the animals. You shouldn't be causing extra alarm and distress.
Yeah,
Tell him to stop beeping his horn. You can't beep your horn around the animals. It causes extra alarm and distress.
Steve, mind your back, mind your back.
1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to these conversations, 3 in the chat if you don't care about animals. Don't be a number 3, don't be like the workers in this facility here. Look at the carnage caused to try and hide the truth from the consumer. All we're trying to do is bring you the reality and truth. They're breaking all of their legislation, beeping horns around animals who have already been dropped off into a weird environment, who are already fearful, who are already stressed and terrified. Beeping horns causes extra alarm and distress. This is not right. This is not on. One in the chat if you're vegan. Two in the chat if you're not vegan, but you're open-minded to this conversation. Three in the chat if you don't care about animals. Double tap the stream, like, share, subscribe. Make sure you've liked and subscribed. Make sure the bell notification is on. We bring you the truth every single week. We're here today in collaboration with Animal Aid. Go into the description of this live stream. Click on the link. Go and see Animal Aid's investigations over various slaughterhouses, all UK-based. Go and see the reality of these places.
Steve, can you grab that so I can stand over
Yeah,
so I can show people inside?
Absolutely.
I'm just going to get the steps up and show
Carnage.
you what's going on in here. Look at this carnage.
All of this to remain secretive. The gimbal.
Sorry, I got it.
All of this to remain secretive. All of this to keep the truth from the consumer so you don't know.
What did the security guy say when you said about the beeping?
Oh, it stings.
Steve, what did the security say when you said about beeping?
The security said I'm going to talk to him in a minute. That's a load of bullshit. He's not going to say a thing. They don't care. You can't work in a place like this and pretend to be a compassionate, kind person. There's no way that you could turn up here to work every day and witness baby animals having their throats slashed open and then pretend to be kind and empathetic. One in the chat if you're vegan, two in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to this conversation. Three in the chat if you don't care about animals. Double tap the stream, like, share and subscribe. Can you imagine what it must be like for these animals on this truck? They would have come from a farm today, and maybe today was their liberation day in their mind. Maybe today was the day they thought, yes, we are finally out of here. We're being liberated. We're going to leave this hellhole. Maybe there's hope of a future. Maybe there's hope of freedom. Maybe I'll feel what it feels like to be loved. But no, they get put on this truck, they get driven to this strange place, and then they get dropped off. One in the chat if you're vegan, two in the chat if you're not vegan, but you're open-minded to these conversations. Three in the chat if you don't care about animals. Double tap the stream. Like, share and subscribe. This place absolutely stinks. We're here today to show you the reality and the truth.
What's he doing?
It's all the waste products, I would imagine. It's all of the wee and the poo and the waste products from the animals that they're shitting themselves in fear inside these slaughterhouses. These animals are having a subjective experience of their own life. They're sentient. They have fight and flight responses just like you would if you were forced inside of a strange slaughterhouse, just like you would if you had no other way out other than being executed. They are being executed. This isn't a matter of difference of opinion. Yeah. The individuals behind that gate are going to be executed for an optional product. When you put it into context, for fucking cheese and ice cream, someone dies. What the fuck is that about? No one should die for fucking cheese and ice cream. One in the chat if you're vegan. Two in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to this conversation. Three in the chat if you don't care about animals. Double tap the live stream. Go into the link in the description. Go to Animal Aid's investigation page. Go and see the investigations done on these places. How many more investigations need to be done? How many more people need to be told? How many more lights do we need to shine on the darkness and the evil of this industry? Yeah. How much more information do you need until you know what the right thing to do is? Yeah. You already know what the right thing to do is. The right thing to do is to be vegan. Yeah. Two in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded and you've got a kind heart. And three in the chat if you don't care about animals. One, two or three. Double tap the stream. Like, share and subscribe. This place, in my opinion, is an absolute hellhole. It's a premeditative murder facility. Can you imagine? This building is designed to take life. This building is designed to execute and kill animals. Absolute atrocity. Whoa. One day these places will be museums. Whoa. One day we'll come to these places for tours, like you can go to other various landmarks around the world where evil happened.
Never again.
What?
They'll say never again.
Never again. One in the chat if you're vegan, two in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to this conversation, three in the chat if you don't care about animals. We're not here to clash, we're not here to call you names, we're not here to fight, we're not here to do anything other than show you the reality and the truth. The gimbal's gone off on the pocket. Guys, we're here today in collaboration with Animal Aid. We're here to show you the truth and the reality behind these industries that exploit animals. We're here to show you what the industry don't want you to see. Now, the reason why the industry don't want you to see it is because when you do see it, you remove your support. Everyone thinks that the animal industries, the industries that exploit animals, they feel like they're like the bedrock and the community pillar. They are the providers of our sustenance and they keep us alive. It's a load of rubbish. These industries, animal farmers and slaughterhouses, any industry that exploits animals, they're nothing more than a business.
Yeah.
And businesses market themselves to the consumer in the best way for the consumer to spend money. 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to these conversations, 3 in the chat if you don't care about animals, 1, 2 or 3, double tap the live stream, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notifications, be vegan.
Have you always been vegan, or what turned you vegan?
No, Joey Armstrong turned us vegan. I saw the truth from a Joey Armstrong YouTube video. I saw the reality. I listened to what he was saying and I couldn't argue. I then saw a dairy cow having her life taken in front of me on that very debate. It was a clip from Dominion on YouTube, and I instantly turned to my wife and we cried for half an hour, and I thought, I am never being the reason that an animal suffers inside of a slaughterhouse ever again. I went from a number 2 to a number 1. That's the number 1 for you if you're already vegan, you've already removed your support for this violent industry. Number 2, if you're a kind person with an open heart and you're listening to what we're saying with like an open mind. And 3 in the chat, if you're an anti-vegan, if you're closed-minded, if you're a bully, if you think that animals are here for you to execute however you see fit. What's this? This is like a pallet truck. Just look through here, look into the side, look inside of a slaughterhouse. See the reality for yourself. Can you imagine? Look at the floor. See that grid? That grid is designed there. So even if one of them animals was to escape the kill floor, escape the layerage, escape the knockbox, escape the knife, if they ran for freedom, their legs would break. Their legs would fall down them cattle grid slats. Their legs would shatter and they would be killed on the spot where they laid. 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're not vegan, be open-minded to this conversation, and 3 if you don't care about animals. I'm going to swap in with Mel.
You got that, you got
yeah,
that.
Well
so
done.
much
Keep
equipment
going,
today to hold on to. Guys, 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you are open-minded but you aren't vegan yet, 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Please double tap the live stream and subscribe. Have you ever heard words like free range, organic, cage-free, happy eggs? What do those words make you feel? Bit better about paying for animal products? Yeah, they used to make me feel the same. But I didn't realise what those words meant. They mean nothing. Number 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet, and 3 in the chat if you are anti-vegan. Double tap the live stream and subscribe. Those words are only marketing words. They are not real. Nothing happens for free range, organic, nothing. They all get sentenced to a slaughterhouse and they all get stabbed in the throat with the same knife. We see factory farm trucks turn up here like you can see, and we see small holding trucks turn up to the same place. It doesn't matter about where they came from. It doesn't matter if they're small, big, large farms. They're all the same. The standard practice is evil. People don't understand this. People fall for the propaganda. Like we just spoke to one of the workers who fell for the propaganda. And it's not your fault. We all fell for it because literally lie. It's marketing. They kill all the cows in the dairy industry. Every single baby from a dairy cow is killed. The males do not produce milk. What do you think they do with the males? Around 2 weeks old, they get sentenced to death in a slaughterhouse. Number 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet, and 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap the live stream and subscribe. Number 3s are the small minority of people who think it's okay to stab, abuse, mutilate, kill animals. Number 2s are normal people who just don't know the industry, and number 1s are the vegans who have seen the industry and they have changed.
What if someone wants to go vegan, where do they go?
Go and watch Dominion on YouTube. See for yourself what happens inside these evil places. That's the first thing you do. If you need help then going vegan, go to challenge22.com, sign up for free and get help. But you know what? I didn't need Challenge 22. Once you see Dominion, once you see inside a slaughterhouse, you know you're why and it's easy to be vegan. Number 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet, and 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap this live stream and please subscribe.
What would you say to someone who says, I couldn't go vegan but I'm going to go vegetarian?
No, vegetarians is exactly the same as carnists, exactly the same as meat eaters. You're either vegan and you don't pay for the oppression of animals or you're not. It's black and white, it's easy, there's no baby steps, there's no thinking about it. Once you're educated, you must make that urgent decision for those dear animals to go vegan on the spot. I know this guy's also a vegan, he delivers packages or whatever, but I spoke to him before and he was like, yeah, it's horrible what they do to animals. We've in fact spoke to so many people who have gone inside these places, come out and been like, I've seen horrific things in there. You see skins of the animals, blood all over them. In the wool industry, The dairy industry, the fish industry, all these industries kill animals, they oppress animals. Number 1 in the chat if you're vegan. 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet. 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap this live stream now and subscribe. I cannot believe I still have to come to these evil places and show people the reality. I have to come here every single week. For the past year and a half, I've been to a slaughterhouse every single week. Once to 3 times a week, showing people the truth. Why do I do this? Not for my own benefit. I hate being at these places. I hate being here. I hate going home thinking about all the animals that I've witnessed going in. I've seen more animals' eyes go to slaughter than most people have. Me, myself and Steve. We have to be here because the animals need us so much. Number 1 in the chat if you're vegan. 2 in the chat if you are open-minded but not vegan yet. And 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Please double tap this live stream. Like it, share it, comment, and please subscribe.
Who are you here with today? What's your objective? What are you trying to do? Just annoy people?
No, my only objective is to defend the animals. It's all supply and demand. So if you're buying animal products, you're sending them to slaughterhouses or commodifying them. It's your day today to live vegan and defend them. Veganism is not a diet. It only relates to your diet because animals are used for the consumption of food. If you were anti-racist and if those people were used for the consumption of food, you may mistake it for a diet, but it's against the use and exploitation of animals. No more speciesism. Number 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet, 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap the live and subscribe. We're here in collaboration today with Animal Aid. Go to the link in the description. Go and see the investigations. If you're in the chat saying, oh, halal's bad or standard's fine, go and have a look for yourself. You won't be able to tell the difference between halal and standard. It's just words. Words used to make you, the consumer, feel better about paying for it, whether you're Muslim, whether you're someone who trusts the RSPCA, or whatever religion you have. There's no right way to do this. Number 1 in the chat if you're vegan. 2 in the chat if you are open-minded but you aren't vegan yet. And 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap this live stream, please, and subscribe.
Why do people think that the RSPCA assured logo means it's okay?
They think it's okay because the RSPCA had a great reputation, right? Even I thought the RSPCA were good before I was vegan. I then realised that Freedom Foods was a company or charity that wanted to buy the RSPCA's name, their reputation, and they made it RSPCA assured. That's what Freedom Foods now is, RSPCA assured scheme. They assure gas chambers for piglets. They assure farms. They assure the most horrific, torturous places for animals. And they do it all while stamping the RSPCA stamp of approval and making good people who are compassionate pay for the worst things on this planet. And the reason I say the people of compassion, because if you have compassion and you are looking for the RSPCA assured logo, that's because something in you knows that killing animals is wrong, oppressing animals is wrong. But how, even if the animals did feel nothing, which they don't, it's torturous. Even if someone sang them to sleep, it's still murder. It's still premeditated murder in my opinion. There's no right way to kill someone who doesn't want to die. 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet, and 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap this live stream and please subscribe.
How does it feel when you see and hear them animals come past fighting for their life like we did earlier?
Unbearable. Unbearable. I speak like this now, but I go home and I can't sleep when I get home. I think about these animals constantly. If anyone has our Instagram, you'll see I'm literally putting out content all the time. The animals need to be seen. When the animals go through these gates of hell, it's like someone removes their light from them when they kill them, but their light attaches to the kindest person close to them, and we have a duty to shine their light and tell their story to the rest of the world. 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet, 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Please double tap this live stream and please subscribe. If someone in the chat saying, oh, it's fine, it's all done humanely, then why the hell isn't there a line of people with their dogs and cats and hamsters and rabbits going into a slaughterhouse to say goodbye to them? Why is that? Because what happens in these places is evil, and anyone who saw inside this place would go vegan on the spot. It's not your fault that you don't know, guys. I'm not here to hate on you, but you don't know the industry. Number 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet, and 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap this live stream and subscribe.
Who are we here with today?
I'm here in collaboration with Animal Aid today. Go and look at the investigations and the link in the description. I'm here purely to defend animals. That's all I'm trying to do. Did you know that every single cow gets killed for dairy? Did you know that piglets are sentenced to gas chambers? Did you know that all the male chicks in the egg industry are classed as a waste product? They're either gassed alive or put in a blender, an open blender alive. Did you know that that mules in process for lambs in the wool industry, they have their body parts, their legs at the back cut. They're put in restraints and they cut their legs. They cut their legs off to make them scarred so they don't get fly strike, but they don't need to do that when they're in sanctuaries, because sanctuaries actually look after animals. Farmers hate animals. If you're someone saying that they love animals, then prove me wrong, because every single farmer forcibly breeds the animals into existence and sends them to a slaughterhouse to be killed.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well said. You got that over there?
Yeah.
Well done. Are you okay? You're not too wet? You're all right?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, one in the chat if you're vegan, two in the chat if you're not vegan, but you're open-minded to why we're here. 3 in the chat if you don't care about animals. But make sure you double tap the stream. There are animals coming on their way here to this very location. This location where we're stood live streaming right now at 11:05. This is a slaughterhouse. This is ABP slaughterhouse where they execute cows. I'm going to say dairy cows or beef cows, but they're not dairy cows or beef cows, they're cows. The reason why you'll know them as a dairy cow or a beef cow is because that's the industry that they were born into to be exploited. Did you know that over 20% of dairy cows go to the slaughterhouse pregnant? They're sold on their body weight. The reason why they go to the slaughterhouse is because they can either no longer have a baby or their milk production has declined. 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to this conversation, 3 in the chat if you don't care about animals. Double tap the stream, like, share, subscribe. Make sure the bell notification is pressed so that you can see the truth weekly as to what the industry don't want you to see. Did you know that they force pregnancy on these mother cows? Do you believe that their bodily autonomy is taken from them? Can you believe that every cow born in the dairy industry, whether they're born male or female, will be ripped away from their mother? If they're male, they'll be sent to be executed in weeks because they're a waste product in the dairy industry. They don't produce milk. If they're a female, they get put into an isolation hutch away from their mum. We've investigated dairy farms, and I can hear the mums crying out for the babies at 2 in the morning, and I can hear the babies crying out for their mums at 2 in the morning. They can smell their babies, they can smell their mums. They know their mums are there, but they're out of reach. Some fences or some grates or some sheds separate them. Imagine if that would happen to you. Imagine if you're a female and you've had a baby and that baby is taken whilst your breast milk is stolen, and when you can no longer prove your profit margins are worth it, you get sent to the building behind me to be executed. 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to this conversation, 3 in the chat if you don't care about animals. Double tap the stream, like, share, subscribe.
Someone said, I bet you've never stepped foot on a farm in your life.
Go to our main channel and go and look at our investigations. We've investigated pig farms, chicken farms, egg farms, dairy farms, beef farms. Go and see the reality. Go into our main channel and go to the playlists. There's a playlist there, a 3-part playlist. How to turn a non-vegan vegan. We take a non-vegan inside of a pig farm undercover and we show him the reality and the truth. Go and have a look. I stand here with the authority of having witnessed it with my own eyes, having smelt it with my own nose, having heard it with my own ears, having breathed it with my own lungs, having witnessed it with my own subjective experience. I've been there and I've seen it, and I've put myself in there because I know the animals need me to be in there to shine a light in this darkness so that we can defend them. So when good people hear our stories, when good people hear the things that we've shown them and told them, and we can show the video footage, they go vegan because they don't want to be part of such a violent industry. 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to this conversation, 3 in the chat if you don't care about animals. Double tap the stream, like, share and subscribe. We're here today live outside of a slaughterhouse, not to say that we're better than non-vegans, not to say that non-vegans are arseholes, not to say that non-vegans are pieces of shit, but we're coming along to say non-vegans have never been told the truth. Non-vegans have never had the chance, they've never had the education to make the right decision. If you're not vegan, you've never been given the right chance to decide whether you want to align your actions and morals and ethics. You've been told a story, you've been marketed a product, and that product has been marketed to you with lies like the RSPCA Assured logo, the red tractor certification, and all the other bullshit that comes with it. 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to this conversation, 3 in the chat if you don't care about animals. Please make sure you double hit the live. We're live outside of a slaughterhouse. These trucks had animals on them minutes ago. Them animals now would have been taken off of them trucks and put into a big holding area known as a layerage.
Truck
They will
coming out.
then be dragged from that layerage onto the kill floor, funneled down to a single file line until they're nose to tail,
mind your back.
until they face the knock box.
Mind your back.
This is the only way that them animals will ever leave. They come in here alive with hope. They come in here with hope that maybe today was the last day of liberation. Maybe today that they'll leave and find a happy sanctuary. But no, the only way that they go from that truck there out of this building is in this truck here, dead and chopped up into bits. 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded. That's why we're here and you're a kind person. 3 in the chat if you don't care about animals. Double tap the live stream, make sure you subscribe. This is a slaughterhouse. We are here live. It is 10 past 11 here in the UK. We're showing you the reality and the truth. Can you imagine 2026 and we've got these innocent, gentle animals being taken past this gate alive. They're being executed, chopped up, and then they're being driven out of that truck there. They'll now be taken to a supermarket. When I say that your responsibility or the blood in your hands isn't so far removed from the slaughterhouse, there it is. You're 1 step away. You are 1 step away. The animals are killed and they're packaged and they're sent to the supermarket. 1 in the chat if you're vegan. 2 in the chat if you're not vegan, if you're open-minded and you're a kind person, but you just never heard this before. 3 in the chat if you don't care about animals. Make sure you like the live stream. We show you animals going to the slaughterhouses every week, and we show you different animals for a reason. We're not saying this is one bad slaughterhouse. We're saying that the industry is fucked. The industry is evil. The industry needs to be collapsed. The industry, you do not rely on it. You do not need it. We don't need to do this to animals. When there is no necessity, there is no justification. 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're a kind person and you're listening to why we're here outside of a slaughterhouse live. 3 in the chat if you don't care about animals. Please make sure you subscribe and you like this stream. You don't need to do it when there's no necessity, there's no justification. This is a business for optional products that have been marketed to the consumer, and they market to you with fear tactics. You need it for protein, you need it for calcium, you need it for health. If you don't exploit animals in some which way, you're gonna just blow up, collapse, die, and just disappear. It's a load of nonsense. They make you feel fearful of it to make you continue paying for it and never question it and never critically think about it. 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to this conversation, and 3 in the chat if you don't care about animals.
Ronnie Pickering's just gone vegan.
Amazing. Someone with compassion has seen and heard the truth and then made the decision to go from a number 2 to a number 1. When kind people see and hear the truth, they don't come up with excuses like plants feel pain though. They don't say crop death so. They don't say, oh, my taste pleasure. They don't say, my God said I could. When good, kind people see the truth, there's only one response. Fucking hell. I couldn't believe it no one told me that. I'm going vegan.
Yeah.
That's the only right response to this news. It's the only right response and reaction to when you're told the truth. 1 in the chat if you're vegan and you've already removed your support for this violence. 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're a kind person, you're listening to what we're saying. 3 in the chat if you don't care about animals.
Joel, thank you so much for your kind super thanks.
Thank you.
You are doing good work, guys. Been vegan for 8 years.
Amazing.
Thank you so much. That's so kind.
Thank you so much for your super thanks. Every super thanks, every bit of donations, every Patreon, every bit of money, all goes directly back into helping the animals. The fight they face is huge. It's so intense. It takes a lot of resources and a lot of time, and they need it. That's why it all goes directly back to helping them. So thank you in helping us to help them. Oh my God, the smell here.
For someone who's just turned up to our live stream, maybe explain the area, what's happening, the fences, the cameras, everything.
Okay, yeah, so welcome to the live stream if you've just come here. We're live outside of a slaughterhouse here in the UK. This is an ABP slaughterhouse. One thing you notice when you come to these slaughterhouses, every slaughterhouse has massive spiked fences all the way around. They have these spiked fences and they're all panelled up, or they have this netting over the front of them to hide from the consumer. If these places were so ethical, and if there was such thing as humane execution, why are they trying to hide it from the people? If it was okay, if it was ethical, if this was all done fine, surely there'd be no problem in you seeing the animals going there to be killed. We have cameras on us at all times. There are cameras on every podium, CCTV cameras, just making sure that no one's gone in there to put cameras, no one's gone in there to reveal the actual truth. Because God forbid the truth gets out. Because the reason they try so hard to hide is because when the good people see the truth, they go vegan and then they lose profit. 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to this conversation, 3 in the chat if you don't care about animals. Make sure you've double tapped and liked this live stream. Please make sure you subscribe with the bell notification. We're here today not to clash, we're really not. We talk with intensity, we talk with fury, we talk with this fierce drive to defend the animals, because I can't stress to you enough, for some individuals that drove past me today and Mel, we witnessed, we saw, we heard, they are under attack inside that building. They will be killed and executed. For them, this was intense. For them, this was immediate. For them, this was the biggest factor, this biggest thing happening today. Their lives will be taken. No more. We're not talking about a slight inconvenience. We're not talking about a discrepancy. We're talking about taking everything from them. You probably can't remember what you had for dinner last Monday, but if you're not vegan, you took something away from an individual that was their only thing they had. If you can't remember what you had, you took their life, their soul, their spirit. You took everything from them. You sent them to a slaughterhouse and you killed them. Swap in. 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to this conversation.
Yeah, you
and
said
3 in the
something
chat.
really poignant there. They're under attack. The animals are under attack by our species. The human species has waged the biggest war and the biggest battlefield this world has ever seen. If you think you know what a world war is, you've seen nothing compared to what the animals go through. Not to say that people dying is okay. It's not. We shouldn't be oppressing anybody, but the animals are your victims. If you're not vegan, they are your direct victims. They're going inside this place today, inside a slaughterhouse to be decapitated. Number 1 in the chat if you're vegan. 2 in the chat if you're open-minded, but you're not vegan yet. 3 in the chat if you are anti-vegan. Please double tap this live stream. We aren't here to hate on you. Anyone in the chat who thinks we're here to hate on you, we are not here to hate on you. We have educated ourselves. We know the industries. We investigate these places. Number 1 in the chat if you're vegan. 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but you're not vegan yet. 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap this live stream. Please subscribe, like, comment, share, ask questions. We have other actors in the chat who are willing to answer any questions. I bet you didn't know this. I bet you didn't know that the chickens you consume are disabled babies. I bet you didn't know that. I bet you didn't know that they have been genetically modified to grow so large in a short space of time. At 42 days old, the majority of them get sentenced to a gas chamber. I bet you didn't know that.
There's a few comments on here, and I think some of them are genuine.
Yeah.
How would we eat and how would we get protein?
Okay, so protein doesn't come from animals, it's only made by plants. Everything you need comes from plants. As long as you're eating your calories in the day, you'll get the protein that you need. And if you're a bodybuilder, you're training and you just have vegan protein powder, like Steve did before he was vegan, he had protein powder, and being vegan, he just has the vegan protein powder. Nothing really changes for you. All you do is just swap out the victims for the vegan alternative. It's really, really easy. It's a lot easier than you think. Go and watch Dominion and see for yourself on YouTube. Number 1 in the chat if you're vegan. 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet. And 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap this live stream and subscribe. It's not your fault that you don't know these things. These industries want you to think cow's milk is calcium. They want you to think flesh of animals is protein. But it's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. Even if it was, even if you could get that and that was a good thing for us, it doesn't justify killing someone to get something good from them. In fact, vegans are probably the most healthiest beings on the planet. You'd probably do better eating vegans and be healthier, but it's still immoral, right? It's still immoral to kill someone who doesn't want to die. We shouldn't be taking someone else's life for your pleasure.
Like Renee's saying in the chat here, tofu has all amino acids in it, much better protein spectrum. Your body needs nutrients, not ingredients. So when you can choose ingredients, why choose ingredients that scream for mercy inside of a slaughterhouse?
Exactly. It's literally so easy. It's not rocket science. It's simple. Animals shouldn't be exploited for us, so we just live vegan. You get everything you did beforehand, just get your vegan alternative. Tofu, like, talking about tofu, dogs love tofu. Did you know dogs can be plant-based? They actually thrive and live healthy on a plant-based diet and live longer. Number 1 in the chat if you're vegan. 2 in the chat if you're open-minded but not vegan yet. 3 in the chat if you're anti-vegan. Double tap the live stream and subscribe. Like I saw on Just Be Kind's site the other day, they're like, we shouldn't be saying, can my dog be vegan? We should be saying, can my dog get all the nutrients they need without harming other animals? The answer is yes. So can you. We have a moral duty to be vegan. We have a moral duty to look at what happens inside these evil places called slaughterhouses. In my opinion, it's a murder house. Every animal that goes inside here is a slave, in my opinion, from the farmer who has committed an act of premeditated murder, in my opinion. They know they're forcing the animals into existence purely to profit on.
Them trucks have been in there for a very long time. Now this slaughterhouse kills dairy cows. What potentially could have happened?
So behind me there's two
someone's
trucks
moving,
here.
someone's moving.
What's that? Someone's moving?
Oh, truck coming.
Oh my gosh.
It's huge, it's huge.
Yeah, okay.
Big blue truck. I saw the security moving.
Okay guys, truck coming in right now.
Shit.
These deer animals are going to be on this.
Security panicking already to get the door open so we can't see.
Oh
my gosh, look how big these trucks are. There must be so many animals on there.
Those poor animals.
Go for the middle, go for the middle.
Yeah,
oh,
middle.
back two.
I'll get them all.
The back two panels.
Look, he's waiting for the gate to be open.
Yeah, I know.
Doesn't want to move.
Back two panels.
I'm so sorry, babies.
Oh, babies.
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry for what our species
Back
has
two,
done
back
to you.
two, back two. They're right there. Look at their nose.
Here.
I'm so sorry, angels. I'm so sorry.
This is so wrong. This is so wrong. How the hell can we do this to them? How the hell, like individuals on there, how have we got to the point where people have premeditated,
Can you
put
hold
these
this umbrella
animals
quick?
in, huh?
Hold the umbrella quick.
Put these animals in these positions. How the hell have we got here as a species? Who do we think we are? If the animals did this to us, we would think they're monsters. We're doing this to the animals. And people are saying it's okay because words like humane, free range, organic, farmers love their animals. No, they don't. They hate their animals. They hate them. They're not their animals. They're the slaves that they've commodified, used, forced into existence purely to profit on. Purely to profit on. Let me see if I can show you who was inside this truck. Oh,
God.
here, let's go here, see if you can see.
I can't move much more. Wait, let me just get this out.
That's all right, I'll move the camera. Okay, here we go. Who's in here?
Can you come closer?
You're seeing this live with us right now, guys.
Oh my gosh, look at her.
Oh, the little beef cows.
Look to the left, look at her little nose. She's just peeking out there, look. Oh, poor angel. Don't be the reason they go into these places to die. 1 in the chat if you're vegan, 2 in the chat if you're not vegan but you're open-minded to why we're here, and 3 in the chat if you believe that it's absolutely acceptable to send these innocent animals to be executed.
Look at her. What an angel. Killing
Angelic.
angels in there.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Just,
This evil has to stop. It can only stop if you make change. Look, she's just pure white.
just live vegan. Live vegan and this ends on your behalf.
Oh dear, look at her there.
Do you really want to be the reason these beautiful beings are stabbed in the throat, skinned, decapitated, and dismembered today? Are you going to be that reason? Or are you going to be the reason animals aren't oppressed anymore? Are you going to stand on the right side of history where you're not someone who puts animals in this place, where you're not someone who commodifies animals, where you're not someone who takes the life of an innocent, childlike being? These animals are like children. They're the innocence of a child, and you're eating them, commodifying them, using them because you've been fooled by the industry who has lied to you. They're inside a slaughterhouse right now, awaiting their murder, awaiting the attack, like Steve said, upon them. In our opinion, it's an attack because if you put humans in their position, you would call this place something else. You would call this place something else. Just because the victim looks different on the outside doesn't mean the act is different. It's the same. Just like in the dairy industry, the cows are forcibly impregnated. What word would we say that is if that was a human? They are forced inside something called a cattle crush. They can't exit. They can't get out. They're trapped. And you know what the farmer does? He forces himself inside the cow. He forces himself inside her and injects her with bull semen and makes her pregnant.
Kanoa says, I'm not anti-vegan, but I don't support this.
Yeah, well, anyone who has a kind heart wouldn't be anti-vegan. Being anti-vegan is saying you absolutely hate animals. But if you are not vegan, you do support this. And I'm not judging you, because I used to support this as well through my actions, but my heart was always for the animals. My heart always loved animals, but I didn't know what I was paying for until I saw Dominion on YouTube. I saw an incredible activist called Joey Carbstrong. Everyone should subscribe to Joey Carbstrong. He drops major investigations and he shows you the truth. He puts a camera inside these places. He was the first person to put a camera inside UK gas chambers here in the UK. Watch Pignorant on Amazon Prime. This is his documentary.
Who are we here with today?
We're here in collaboration with Animal Aid today. We're here in collaboration with Animal Aid. Go and look in the link, see the investigations that they have done, see the reality of what happens to animals. Please, if you have joined this live stream today, something has brought you to this live stream. You are meant to change. The animals need you to change. Every single cry is for a cry of mercy. Please answer their calls and live vegan from now on. Subscribe, message us if you need help, message us for anything. Defend the animals.